Hi, welcome to Meen Man Cooks. I am Usha Kurpad and today I am going to show you how to make Bele Saaru. Bele in Kannada means dal and Saaru is rasam. So let's have a look at the ingredients required to make this rasam. 2.5 cups of dal stock, which is the basic ingredient for this. 2 medium-sized tomatoes chopped. A small lemon-sized ball of tamarind. I have extracted the juice of the tamarind here. 1.5 teaspoons of rasam powder. Half a teaspoon of jaggery. 1 teaspoon of ghee. Half a teaspoon jeera. Half a teaspoon mustard. A pinch of asafoetida. A sprig of curry leaves and chopped coriander leaves for garnishing. Salt to taste and half a teaspoon of turmeric. For 2.5 cups of stock, I have cooked 1 cup of tur dal in the pressure cooker. I gave 1 whistle and put the stove on sim and turned it off after 10 minutes. Once the pressure is released, I took the dal out, mashed it well and added about 3 cups of water, churned it well and let it rest for about 15 minutes. Then I drained out the stock which I will be using to make the rasam. The pan is hot, so let's begin the process of making the rasam. Add the tamarind, the tomatoes, the jaggery and some water. I have added 2 cups of water to the pan along with the tomatoes and the tamarind. This will help the tomatoes to cook and become soft. Add a teaspoon of salt, a small pinch of turmeric. Some turmeric was already added while cooking the dal, so I have added a small pinch of turmeric here to the pan. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of ghee while it is being cooked and we'll keep aside the rest of it for seasoning. At this point, we can close the pan so that the tomatoes will cook faster. To reduce your cooking time, another method would be to puree the tomatoes in a blender and cook them with the tamarind and the other ingredients. This way the tomato cooks faster. When the tomatoes are being cooked, let us also add the rasam powder to the pan. Saaru or rasam is a very common dish in most South Indian households. It goes very well with rice, just plain steamed rice, with a dollop of ghee and some hot rasam with pickle, papad and some stir-fry vegetable and a cup of yogurt. Your wholesome meal is ready. Even when the Chinese president and our Prime Minister Modi were at Mamallapuram, the same rasam was served to them. The tomatoes look well cooked. At this stage, let us add a few sprigs of curry leaves. Tear them into pieces so that they give out their flavors well. Give a stir and now let's add the dal stock. The consistency looks right now. To get this consistency, I have added to the tomatoes 2.5 cups of dal stock, about 5 cups of water and half a cup of tamarind extract. You may add a little more water if you still think it is too thick. The rasam has come to a nice boiling point now, and the aroma of the dal, the rasam powder and the tomatoes, the tamarind, everything has blended well to give that fantastic aroma of rasam, which is an indication that it is ready. At this stage, I will add a little bit of the chopped coriander and leave some to be added at a later stage. It's now time for seasoning the rasam, for which I shall take a teaspoon of ghee and add it to this pan. We let the ghee melt a little bit and add the mustard seeds, I can hear the mustard seeds crackling, so let me add the jeera or the cumin seeds, and finally the asafoetida or hing. Now let's add the seasoning to the rasam. To get all the flavors into the rasam, I'll add a little bit of the rasam to this. Once you add the seasoning, it's time to turn off the gas and cover the pan with the lid. It's now time to taste the rasam. It tastes delicious. I tend to add a little less salt. You can add the salt as per your taste. I do hope you have enjoyed this recipe. Please do try out this recipe and give us your valuable feedback.
I'm sure this has motivated you to cook. Do try it and give your feedback. For the recipe, click on meenman.com. For all your non-veg requirements as well, click on meenman.com and place your orders. Do follow us on FIT, that is Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. I'm sure you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed showing it to you.
Thank you.